This is a move to reduce population. This is a move to prevent procreation. This is a move that is probably long been championed behind the scenes by foundations like the Rockefeller Foundation, the Ford Foundation. There's scientists working at changing our DNA. And if it's okay with you, I would like to at least make some reference to chemtrails and some reference to the aluminum and barium in the skies. You note in your presentation from Chemtrails to Pseudo-Life that in 2008, scientists produced aluminum-resistant crops. Why? You note that metallic salts have made our air conductive. The air is no longer neutral and supportive of life. Why? They're doing this on purpose to move us into this transhumanist future.
Right, and they want to make sure that we adapt to this bath of frequencies, these very unnatural man-made radio frequencies. For instance, the wireless boom. The materials that are setting up in us in the transhuman dream are going to be nanobots, nanorobots, and they're going to be in our bloodstream, charging around, keeping an eye on our biology, turning this gene off, turning that one on, and just kind of doing our housekeeping for us. And they will be directed wirelessly. Wireless nanorobots. So nanorobots responsive to wireless direction and control. And the way they are getting us there is to put us in this, what I call phase 3 of the Manhattan Project, which is wireless energy. And everybody's using it.
The huge awakening that has been seen in recent times leaves little doubt that mankind and consciousness itself is in a state of evolution. But there also exists compelling evidence suggesting that there are certain forces at work who wish to control the direction this evolution will take.
The second group of materials found in these environmental samples is unidentifiable fibers. And I really want you to appreciate the meaning of unidentifiable. These fibers have been sent to sophisticated laboratories, and there is nothing in the databases that match them. These are fibers, we could say, that do not exist in nature. People around the world are developing lesions on their skin that ooze and produce fibers. This is known as Morgellons syndrome. Tissue samples cultured from ordinary people without this ailment contain and grow the very same fibers. When these fibers are cultured, they produce colonies of filaments. You can see the extension filaments. And these colonies continue to grow and reproduce, branching out into more filaments and more colonies. The filament cultures can be grown from saliva samples, tissue from the skin, mucus, urine, blood, from animals and people, regardless of the presence of the Morgellons condition. So where do these fibers or filaments come from? Airborne environmental samples that were collected by Clifford Carnicom in 2000, the year 2000, gathered at high altitude on a mountain in New Mexico, showed the presence of those fibers, whose structure matches exactly the tubular filaments showing up in our blood, tissues, and skin.
I still see birds, I still hear them, but it used to be really loud, you know. It used, like you said, cacophony. And I think the animals are appalled at what's happening. The flora and fauna are all going to be replaced by GMOs. And they're putting up, you know, millions of acres of lifeless trees. That's what I call them. They don't have nuts, they don't have fruit, they don't have anything. So there's no reason for birds and insects and squirrels to populate those forests because there's nothing for them to do or live off. Everything is frequencies. When life dies, it puts out different resonating frequencies that call, for instance, this is the trophic chain. The trophic chain starts with producers, life forms that don't go and find food. They make their own food, like plants use sunlight to make food, chlorophyll.